Most collapses don't begin with a crisis. They begin with silence. At first, small problems get reported quickly. A mistake is noticed, a flaw is mentioned, a concern is raised, and the system adjusts. But over time, something subtle changes. The small problems still exist. They just stop getting reported. No policy announces this shift. No memo explains it. It happens quietly. People test the environment. They raise a minor issue and watch the reaction. If the response is defensive, dismissive, or delayed, they adjust. If the messenger becomes the problem, they adjust. If raising concerns creates friction instead of improvement, they adjust. An adjustment, in this case, means silence. This is how fragility deepens. Not because problems grow faster, but because visibility shrinks. Healthy systems encourage small discomfort. They reward early correction. They treat minor failures as useful information. Fragile systems treat small problems as irritations. They smooth them over. They reframe them as edge cases. They prioritize flow over friction. And slowly the reporting threshold rises. What once felt worth mentioning now feels insignificant. What once triggered review now triggers nothing. What once felt safe to say now feels unnecessary to repeat, until eventually only large problems surface. And by then, correction is expensive. Because small problems are not dangerous on their own, they're dangerous when they accumulate. A loose bolt doesn't cause collapse, but 1,000 ignored loose bolts might. When small issues stop getting reported, it doesn't mean they disappeared. It means the system stopped inviting honesty. And honesty is oxygen. Without it, pressure builds invisibly. Teams grow cautious. Individuals become selective. Signals become filtered. Concerns become private. The data still exists, but it never reaches the surface. From the outside, everything looks fine. Reports remain positive. Meetings remain smooth. Metrics remain steady. But underneath, the cost of silence compounds. You can often detect this shift indirectly. People preface comments carefully. Questions become safer and narrower. Feedback becomes abstract instead of specific. The tone becomes polite instead of candid. That politeness is not harmony. It's adaptation. Because in systems where small problems are inconvenient, people learn to be convenient. And convenience feels efficient until something breaks. Then everyone asks the same question. Why didn't we see this earlier? But the system did see it earlier. It just didn't reward saying it. And so the early warnings pass quietly. The collapse didn't begin with a dramatic failure. It began when someone decided it wasn't worth mentioning something small. That decision is rarely malicious. It's protective. But protection at the individual level can create vulnerability at the system level. The strongest systems aren't the ones with the fewest problems. They're the ones where problems surface early and without penalty, where small discomfort is normal, where truth travels quickly. If small problems aren't being reported, don't assume everything is fine. Ask whether the environment still invites them, because when the small signals disappear, the large ones are already forming.